Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your April 2022 mid-month general readings. We are looking at the last 2 weeks of April, and this reading is for the Earth sign of Virgo. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing well, and as always, thanks for taking the time to be here to watch these videos. Your likes, shares, subscribes, your support, feedback, comments, those of you who reach out for personal readings, all of it greatly welcome and appreciated. Okay, Virgo, this reading is for you for the last 2 weeks of April 2022. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Virgo. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Virgo. It's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. Of course, it's a general reading. If you know all of your signs, sun, moon, rising, and Venus, watch them all because each one can bring in just a little additional insight and perspective. And if you find that something does resonate with you enough that you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, perhaps take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I can usually respond the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, and I try to schedule in a pretty timely manner too. You can also get that contact detail by clicking the description link with this video, that little arrow. Okay, Virgo, let's see what the last 2 weeks of April look like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. Okay, Virgo, we begin with the Devil. Addictions, obsessions, toxic cycles, which can represent anything. You know, it represents addictive or obsessive energy. But it's something that we're attracted to, so it makes it difficult to break, whether it's actual substance abuse or toxic negative relationships or anything that we do to such a degree that it becomes unhealthy. With Strength, facing fears, doubts, insecurities, wrestling with our shadow self, which is just an interesting way of saying, you know, perhaps looking at the aspects of ourselves that we don't like to look at, and perhaps looking quite transparently and quite honestly at ourselves at the part we've had to play in this. So it looks like trying to overcome some kind of cycle that's unhealthy. Next, we have the Ace of Swords, epiphanies, new beginnings, new opportunities. Sword is governed by the element of air, which governs our intellectual mind, how we think, our ideologies, belief systems, perspectives. The Ace of Swords is kind of like getting a clue. It's the light bulb going off over the head. Success with the Ace of Swords comes from if you don't like the way that the reality of what something is in the space of the Ace of Swords, because you're seeing something for the truth of what it is, new perspective, new ideas, you have the opportunity to make choices and decisions to create a healthier reality for yourself. So it's getting a clue here. The light bulb's going off here. With the Hanging Man, waiting, watching, not taking particularly any decisive action in terms of choices, but this is watching, waiting, and learning, getting a new perspective, perhaps learning how to break this cycle. This unhealthy cycle. I mean, what the nature of the Devil card is can be a variety of things, particularly in a general reading. But this looks like you're seeing something for the truth of what it is. You might not be happy with what it is. It looks fairly unhealthy, but you're looking at it in truth and reality and examining your own part, your own responsibility in it as well, and learning. Next, we have the Eight of Coins, working hard, nose to the grindstone. It can represent an actual job or work. Anything that you're putting a great deal of effort into, projects on a day-to-day basis. With the Knight of Cups, an offer or opportunity for change driven by the element of water, which governs cups. So this is an offer or opportunity for change that's powered by love, support, encouragement, help with your work, help to do the work, for you to shoulder the work so you don't feel like you're all on your own. Perhaps that's what the Devil card is. Maybe it's something that's grown to be a toxic level of independence, or not wanting to ask for help here, because there is help here for this, for you. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus for the last 2 weeks of April is the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Fire, fast moving. You know, knights represent offers or opportunities for change, the speed at which situations move. The Knight of Wands is the Knight of Fire, so this is an opportunity for change, a pretty fast-moving one. Let's clarify. Let's clarify that overall energy of the Knight of Wands. The Eight of Cups, leaving, turning your back, leaving something that's unfulfilling, or something that's run its course or has turned out to be different than what you thought it would be in the beginning. Another Knight, the Knight of Swords. Let's see, we've got the Knight of Wands, Swords, Cups. Yeah, there's definitely an opportunity for change here, perhaps an opportunity to leave something which has not been good for you. And with the Devil card, probably something quite unhealthy and toxic as well. There's an opportunity here right in front of you to leave, to turn your back on that, and it looks like you have help in doing that as well. I mean, this is a general reading, so the actual specifics of what it is going to vary along with the intensity. Some of you, this might be a new job or work opportunity that's taking you away from one that's unhealthy. But again, it could be any kind of unhealthy cycle, but offers and opportunities for change here, and quite, some offers of love, support, and encouragement as well to help you do the work. Let's clarify that Devil card. The Nine of Pentacles, independence, self-sufficiency, self-empowerment. Somebody who's worked hard to get to a place where they don't need anything from anyone. They can take care of themselves just fine. The Eight of Pentacles, again, nose to the grindstone, working hard. This is somebody who's very independent, very hardworking. The Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles are both excellent cards to have if they were on their own. This is, working really hard here with the Eight of Pentacles to get to here, the Nine of Pentacles, where you're at a place where you no longer need to depend or rely on anybody else. However, it's all clarifying what's unhealthy, the Devil card. Now, this can mean a couple of different things. For some of you, it might mean like an almost toxic level of independence, where you perhaps have isolated yourself, or it's gone to the extreme, and you need to let somebody else in. You don't have to do everything on your own. Now, for some of you, it could be that, working hard and doing all this is something that you have been doing on your own, but something you no longer want to do on your own. Meaning that, it can be kind of feeling like you're bearing the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you're having to take care of everything on your own always. For some of you, it might be in a relationship where technically you're in a relationship, but you still feel like you have, you're carrying the load and the responsibility for everything. And whether it's voluntary or kind of unwilling, it's grown to an unhealthy and toxic level here. And you're taking a look at that. Whatever the specifics of this situation is, I think it looks quite very much, Virgo, like you're seeing it in the truth of what it actually is, and having the courage and strength to look at that head on. Let's clarify the Ace of Swords and the Hanging Man. This is kind of like taking time out to look, to watch, to gain information and new perspective. The Ten of Wands, feeling overwhelmed, feeling at the end of your rope. This card represents coming to the end of a very heavy, long carried burden, a heavy burden. The Six of Wands is success, victory, public recognition. Learning how to do things in a different way, learning how to more successfully walk your life path, especially perhaps work-life balance. For some of you, this might be struggling to maintain a balance between work and life. It could be like workaholic, being a workaholic, and learning how to, maybe taking a look at that and learning how to do things a little different and in more of a balanced way, which is the truth regardless of what that Devil card represents for you. Whether it's killing yourself at work, being overly ambitious and neglecting everyone and everything else, or doing it because you have no other choice. The Devil, again, over all of this indicates that it's an unhealthy cycle, and you're seeing this. You're seeing the toxicity of this cycle, You're kind of over it, you're at the end of it, and you're learning how to do it in a different way. You're going to be learning how to do it in a different way. Let's clarify the Eight of Coins, nose to the grindstone energy. The King of Pentacles and the Lovers, a relationship at a crossroads. A choice needs to be made either about a relationship or in another area of life that will significantly affect a relationship. We do have a King of Pentacles showing up here. This can be you or another earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. For some of you, this might be in a relationship where technically you're in a relationship, but everything still falls on your shoulder. You're seeing that for what it is, that it's this ongoing cycle, and perhaps you may be thinking about making some specific changes or even breaking it. This could be a toxic, negative work cycle, especially if you work with your partner or you're in a relationship with someone you work with. It might just be a partner helping you to make significant choices about work, perhaps because it affects the relationship, it affects the family. Let's clarify the Knight of Cups. There's some kind of unhealthy, toxic cycle that keeps going around and around and around here, but this is where you're seeing it for what it actually is. There's an opportunity to change that. There's help here. Knight of Cups. The Ten of Cups and the Two of Cups, soulmates, best friends, kindred spirits, the Happy Home card. There's a path here, Virgo, towards getting out of this mess, whatever mess you found yourself in, or looking at this situation, again, whether it's within a relationship or work or your own patterns. It's kind of going, you know what, this is too much for me to carry. I can't do this anymore. I feel like the weight of the world's on my shoulder. I feel like I have to be perfect, or I feel like it has to all be this, and I feel so burdened. And for some of you, so alone in this. But you're not, unless you choose to, because there's a choice here. There's an offer. You've got 3 knights here, which are offers and opportunities for change. And one of them is quite clearly driven by love, support, and encouragement. A mate, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, somebody who's willing to be there for you, somebody who's willing to help you. For a smaller portion of you, if this is a relationship in which you bear the responsibility for everything, this is a significant crossroads in the relationship where choices need to be made within the relationship so that you can move forward, whether it's alone or together, but move forward in a way that you don't feel like you're trying to do the impossible. But of course, you have to take advantage of that free will, free agency, right? And seeing it again, truth, honesty, and transparency here. So let's end with any advice, guidance, or feedback from Spirit. I mean, the whole gist of this reading, specifics aside, is this is really unhealthy. I can't do this anymore. It's too heavy. Decisions and choices need to be made to change so that I can move forward without feeling like this. And there is help and opportunity around you. All right, advice, guidance for Virgo. The Hanging Man, waiting, watching, learning. The Ace of Swords. You've got the Ace of Swords and the Hanging Man clarifying each other twice. Here with the Gilded Tarot and then with the Tarot of Dreams too. This is taking your time, learning, gaining different perspective, seeing the truth of something, gaining perspective because of that, and learning a new way of doing things, which again is learning how to break that cycle. We've got strength here again too, so we've got strength twice. Facing fears, doubts, insecurities, looking at the part that you've had to play in this, your own responsibility, which can be difficult to do. It takes a lot of strength, courage, wisdom, and humility, but it's also what you gain more of so that you can move forward and take control instead of being the one that is controlled or feeling like you don't have any control. And temperance, learning how to find your balance, learning how to moderate. Temperance, I mean, in the culinary world, temperance is about taking opposite temperatures and learning how to slowly harmoniously blend them together, which is about finding that right balance, which is what you need to do here, because the Devil card is too much energy in one area, around and around and around. But it's difficult to break because it's alluring, or I need to do this, or I can't stop doing this because of this, or I can't stop doing that because everything will fall apart. All of the excuses we tell ourselves. I mean, the devil entraps and enslaves through something alluring. You see this couple in this cage here, but the door is open. They could leave. Why don't they? Well, they tell themselves, I need this cage because, fill in the blank. The things that we tell ourselves. But there is an opportunity here to break the cycle, to find your balance, to learn a new way of doing things and moving forward so that you don't feel so overwhelmed. Okay, Virgo, those are your messages for the last 2 weeks of April. I hope you found them helpful and useful. Again, if any of this resonates with you enough that you'd like to reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, perhaps take a deeper look at something, feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you and to work with you. You can also get that contact detail by clicking the description link below, the little arrow. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the May general readings. Stay safe and well until then. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.